Welcome to the Nexus. Let's talk about the histology of the liver. Right, so the basic structure or functional unit of the liver is called a hepatic lobule. That one is actually called a classic lobule. Classic lobule will consist of a central vein in the middle. It is a portal triads at the vertices, right? So here there is a portal triad, and portal triad, right? So the portal triad consists of three main things. Firstly, the branch of hepatic artery proper, the branch of a portal vein, and the bioductal. Each portal triad is accompanied by the following structures: lymphatics and the branches of the vagus nerve. Right, so these are the hepatic lobules. I said the first one is called a classic hepatic lobule, right? It's hexagonal, and this one is based on the portal triads at the vertices. The second one, this one is called a portal lobule, right? So this one is actually based on biosynthesis. The last one is hepatic acinos or liver acinos, and this one is based on blood supply, and we'll talk more about this because it's very important. It has a lot of clinical significance. Right, let's talk about the parenchyma of the liver itself. Right, so it's mostly consists of hepatocytes, that's the cells of the liver, and these hepatocytes contain large amount of smooth endoplasmic reticulum, which is involved in detoxification. You know, when you drink a lot of alcohol or you take drugs like for medicinal purposes, right? Not illegal drugs. Or either way, these toxins are rendered inactive or they are rendered harmless by the different enzymes in the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The basolateral surface of the hepatocytes will face the sinusoids. I will tell you what a sinusoid is. The apical surface of the hepatocytes faces the lumen of the biocanaliculi. Right, so the hepatocytes, these are liver cells, will secrete bile into the canaliculi, and the secretions will flow parallel to the hepatic sinusoids, but in the opposite direction of blood. Then the biocanaliculi will form intrahepatic bile ducts, and then common bile duct, which delivers bile into the duodenum. Right, so from, remember I told you that the liver has a right and left lobe, right? Those are the main ones, right? So there will be a right hepatic duct and left hepatic duct, and those one will combine to form the common bile duct, right? Hepatic sinusoids, right? So these are large capillaries lined with highly fenestrated endothelial cells. Blood flows through the sinusoids and empties into the central vein of each lobule. Right, here I just have another clear diagram showing mainly the classic lobule. Right, you can see it here, hepatic lobule, hexagonal. You can see the central vein, you can see the canaliculi. Okay, if you look here, you can see the portal triad here. That's a branch of bioduct, branch of hepatic portal vein, and the branch of hepatic artery proper here. That's the portal triad for you. Okay, here there is histology, right? So I mean, that's what we were talking about. So on an electron microscope, you can see here around, that's the branch of biocanaliculi, and here this one is actually a branch of a hepatic portal vein, and here indicated here is branch of hepatic artery proper, branch of hepatic artery proper. Right, what are the functions of hepatocytes? Right, firstly, absorption of nutrients from blood and secretion of products synthesized by special carriers into the blood. They are Kappa cells. Kappa cells are actually a type of macrophages. Macrophages in general, they come from monocytes in blood, right? So when these monocytes leave the bloodstream into different organs, they are given special names. In this case, in the liver, they are called Kappa cells, but these are just macrophages. Another example is alveolar macrophages. They have their specific name there, right? Okay, so these ones are housed in the sinusoids. So the Kappa cells phagocytize foreign particles, bacteria, and damaged or old blood cells. The plasma-filled space between the sinusoids and hepatocytes is called the perisinusoidal space, or the space of Decay. Right, in this space you find stellate cells or ito cells, which are responsible for storage of vitamin A. And these cells again are the main source of extracellular matrix production if there is injury on the liver, right? So they are responsible for formation of scar tissue. Right. Histological zones, right? Now let's talk about the hepatic acinos or the liver acinos. As I said, it's very important, right? So it's actually divided into different zones, right? So from outside is zone 1, middle zone 2, and close to the central vein is zone 3, right? So what's the significance of zone 1, right? So this one is periportal zone, is best oxygenated and therefore is most resistant to ischemia, right? Because it's close to the what, to the this branch of hepatic artery proper. Is affected first in viral hepatitis and toxins such as cocaine, right? So if you ingest cocaine, if you take cocaine, zone 1 is usually affected first. Zone 2 is intermediate zone, right? So is affected by yellow fever virus. Zone 2, there is a mnemonic that I'm going to give you to remind you the significance of these zones. Zone 3 is actually pericentral, right? Is around the central vein, is pericentral vein or central lobular zone, right? So this zone is the least oxygenated zone and thus most susceptible to ischemia, right? And is most sensitive to metabolic toxins like ethanol, carbon tetrachloride, halothane, rifampin, acetaminophen, right? So in case of if you get in contact with these chemicals, this zone 3 is usually affected the most, and it is a high amount of cytochrome P450, right? We'll talk about the chemistry of cytochrome P450 later, but just to know that it plays a greatest role in detoxification. Here is the mnemonic. Zone 1 is first zone and zone 3 is last to receive oxygen, right? So zone 1 is first and zone 3 is last to receive oxygen. Then zone 2 is affected by yellow fever. In yellow, you can see double L is a good mnemonic, right? So zone 2 affected by yellow fever, right? Zone 1 is first to receive oxygen, and zone 3 is last to receive oxygen. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe.